workloads will already have a lot of important data, and this can be very challenging to migrate because of the size of the data set or the quantity of data, the fact that it needs to be transactionally consistent and secure. Very often the cutover window is a very short period of time with as minimal downtime as possible. In general, we found the best solution to migrate large data sets would be to set up a standby instance with asynchronous replication into AWS environments. Many of the most common database platforms already have this functionality built in, so people running Oracle or SQL Server, MySQL, and so forth. It's pretty straightforward to set up and well supported. This also generally is an extension of an existing backup or disaster recovery topology design, so we'd be adding another standby instance to the replication stream. To facilitate this, generally require a dedicated network circuit into the AWS environments to increase the bandwidth and data transfer rates for pushing an initial snapshot and setting up a robust and stable replication stream. This also helps to secure the connection for any sensitive data, and also enables the integration with the existing clients and applications and so forth, so we can test the instances and the data sets as they're being set up and validated. The cutover process, generally it requires to finally synchronize all the remaining data changes into the new AWS environment, and then switch the standby system to the primary, validate and test the system with the client application stack, and then optionally reverse the replication stream. So we're going to set a standby system back into the original data center in case we need to roll back the changes and try again in a future time. So the amount of scripting and coding that we recommend to use to orchestrate a clean automated cutover. Certainly there are many tools to assist with the automation of many of the aspects of data migration, application settings, and so forth, and building out the environment itself in AWS. However, there's no single tool or set of tools that can really automate the end-to-end process. So there's going to be some work to orchestrate all the pieces, all the settings, all the synchronization of events. This could be done manually, however, that certainly opens up the risk to many situations having inconsistent or incomplete builds that aren't caught because of the manual work involved. It's more difficult to audit an application setup if it's not scripted or coded. So we found that it's very important to integrate all the tools that will be used and also automate as much as practical the steps involved in migrating, not just building out, but the actual cutover itself. We found that this really requires the following intermediate level skills. Certainly familiar with JSON. This is the primary format of the AWS Information Exchange. So if you're deploying resources, building out systems, setting security permissions, reading audit logs and so forth, that's an important skill set to have. Another is the AWS command line interface itself. So this gives complete control over building out resources, any settings, and also gives additional functionality that's not available in the SDKs. We also found that using one of the SDKs, for example, a Java or .NET SDK, has also been important to ensure that some of the more complex and asynchronous functions and activities can be controlled and orchestrated, and also this integrates with the application level settings of setting up an application and also verifying that the entire stack is functioning properly.